record. Genevieve is on. You guys, I am so pumped for this training tonight. I was talking to Genevieve yesterday just about the success that she's been having this month and all of the customers that she's been enrolling. You guys, she's at 75 customers for the month of April so far. I'm absolutely just blown away by her. You guys, Genevieve is consistently a high enroller, but when we were talking about this yesterday, she told me I'm literally just having the best month of my business. And I'm so excited because we were talking about just what she's been doing and how's it been going. And she was like, you know what? I'm going to write up some tips. Like, I'm just going to write up some of my tips. And then this morning she texted me and she goes, I have to do a Zoom. She's like, I can't type this all up. I have to do a Zoom. I'm so fired up. I'm so excited. So I am beyond thrilled for her to be sharing with us tonight. You guys, I just want to say, first of all, you know how it is when you're sharing on a Zoom. It's nerve-wracking and you have all these faces looking at you. So light up the chat room, give her some love, give her some confidence, ask questions, let's interact. Let's make this the most beneficial training that's just going to catapult all of us for the rest of April. Genevieve said something to me that I loved so much. She said, I just want everyone to have enrollments like this. And I just love her heart. I love her openness to share. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Genevieve, do you want to go ahead? I think you can unmute yourself because I made you co-host. And I want you to just go ahead and jump in. And first of all, just tell everybody who may not know who you are in your story, just a little bit about your story with It Works so far.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So hi, I'm Genevieve and I'm a double diamond from Vermont. It's pretty small here. About myself, I have a 3.5-year-old little boy. He's basically a teenager. He keeps me very busy. You know, I saw, she's not even in the business anymore, my technical enroller. But she reached out to me, I think with a cold message. June will be 3 years. And from that moment on, like when she messaged me, I was just like, I really have nothing to lose. So I just decided to jump in. I pre-sold like 20 wraps to earn the money to join the business because it was $99 at the time. And I just didn't have the money and I wasn't willing to, risk it. So I pre-sold all the wraps to join the business and I profited instantly. And from that moment on, I was like, this is where I belong, seriously. I felt it immediately. So yeah, that's basically me. I'll be 26 in June. It'll be my 3 years in June. We're gonna celebrate big. We're gonna be triple diamond by June. So yeah.
I just like have to say from your story, like, I love when you're honest about the fact that your enroller's not in the business anymore. Like, I feel like that can be so encouraging for so many people that even if your enroller is checked out or they're not in the business anymore, like, that doesn't determine your success. That doesn't define your success. Genevieve and I connected. I reached down to her, we connected, and we've run together ever since. But the reality is that you don't need a leader to determine your success. Like, Genevieve is blowing it up and her enroller isn't even doing this anymore. Like, it blows my mind. I just love it so much. And you came from a cold message. How cool is that? Like, your next Genevieve, who's going to sign 75 customers in a month, could be out there. Like, you better be reaching out to people. Okay. So yeah. I want you to just dive in with the tips that you've prepared, and just kind of share, like, how did you get to this month? And I want you to be honest, and I texted you this a little bit, but I want you to be honest because it can be really easy to play the comparison game and to go like, how is she doing this? Like, I'm working my butt off and I haven't signed 75 customers this month. But the reality is that this is consistent work for 3 years, first of all. Second of all, you've had some hard seasons in your business and you've stayed faithful through that. And now you're reaping the blessings of that. So, okay, I'm going to stop blabbing so you can share.
Okay. Well, first of all, let it be known that I'm extremely thankful and grateful for you because you've helped me so much. Like, just because my enroller isn't here, but I look up to you. Like, you're basically my enroller now. So yeah, I love you. And then second of all, really, yeah, you can work your butt off and not see instant you know, sometimes you don't see those instant results, but you have to always think long-term and be working for the long-term goal. Sorry, Max is here. This is Max. And so basically what I've been doing this month is I started the month off with, you know, I set my goal, I had my charts ready, I broke it down to like how much volume did I need total, and then from then on, after the total, like how much does that mean per day that I need. So I wrote that down, I set that down, and then I feel like, you know, when you start this business, I feel like a lot of us start and we do it for ourselves. We do it because we, you know, we want to better our situations.
Mommy, I found me cost money today.
Yeah, hold on a minute, okay?
Yeah, cost money book came after the word.
And so, where was I? Yeah, we started for ourselves, but at some point along the way, it turns out to be so much bigger than that. You know, this month I've really realized that, sorry, I've really shifted my focus that it's not just about me, and it's really about the people that I'm impacting. And when you really think about how many people that you can make an impact on, not even just financially, but helping them like focus on their health and taking advantage of our products and helping them just be healthier overall. It's okay, buddy. It just becomes so much more powerful. You become more powerful, your business becomes more powerful, and your impact is just so much more powerful when you realize that you're not just doing it for yourself. You're doing it for, you know, hundreds, thousands, millions of people. Like, it's not just about you. And so this month, when I have been talking to my potentials, I've really been connecting with them. I'm just trying to stay so genuine with them, and I know that it's a hard time right now. It's a hard season for a lot of people financially, but I want them to know that it doesn't mean that they can't focus on their health still. So that brings me to my next point. I'm doing a lot of post-to-post, and I used to just do them throughout the day.
Mommy, what the iPad is charged?
You're totally fine. Take a minute with him. I totally get it. Guys, if you have questions for her, like practical questions that she can answer to, please feel free. I know she has like all of her notes written out, but if you have any practical questions that she can answer for you as well, we're going to get into like, what does her house supposed to look like and what products is she using? But that was one thing, and she kind of just touched on it, but that was one thing that Genevieve said to me when we were texting too, is she was like, she's like, I know I also want to be talking to people about the business, but at the same time, I'm just so focused right now. I just feel so passionate about helping people get really healthy right now during this time. And so her passion is 100% like what's getting her results, that she's passionate about this. And so I think that's like a big takeaway for me so far already. Are you ready, Genevieve? Okay. I think, oh, there we go.
Okay, sorry.
You're fine, don't worry.
So yeah, I feel like you set that goal, and then it's not just about like, you know, it's not like you have to make sales. It's that you get to change people's lives. You get to help them take control of their health. You get to be a part of their success story and their health journey. You know, you get to be a part of the reason why they get up and they feel good about themselves in the morning. And to me, that has just fueled my fire. I've had so many of my clients message me this month and even shout me out on their Facebooks saying like, you know, how much they've lost. And I've been cheering them on every step of the way. I've been pouring into them like I do my girls on my team, you know, like I do all of my leaders under me, but I've been doing this for my customers, and maybe, you know, that's something that you all do already, but it's something I definitely wasn't doing enough. So I feel like I'm just cheering them on and pouring into my customers and just staying super, you know, motivational with them. I'm just all in for them. So then when people are seeing them, put that, you know, on their page that they're losing weight and they're having, you know, this success with it, then it's like attracting their friends to me, and I'm getting messages. And I'm getting messages from their friends randomly, which has been a huge blessing. And then, so I'm doing my, back to my original part, what I've been doing is host to post. And I used to just do them every single day, like all throughout the day. Sorry, Claire, hold on. I'm going to put Max upstairs just a minute.
You're so fine. Seriously. Don't even worry. We all get it. He's seriously the cutest kid ever. I know. We all have kids. Like, seriously, we all. Just because my kids aren't doing that at this exact moment doesn't mean that they don't do it all the time. Thank you, Carissa. Katie Rogers bought it for me. I love this even too, because you guys are seeing that she has a very active toddler who loves his mom so much, and she's still signing 75 customers so far this month. Like, that is so encouraging to me. Like, I don't even have a toddler anymore. So I love this. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's so encouraging. Alyssa said he's not old enough to know the death eyes when they come in when you're on a call. My kids know those eyes, that's for sure. Okay, Jen, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No, seriously, the chat was lighting up with people being like, I get it. I'm a mom. We have kids. We get it. So.
Okay, good. He's going to have a snack, and hopefully that'll be good. So now I'm thinking, where was I? Yeah, so making people feel good about themselves and being the reason why they can, like, get up in the morning and just feel good is just, that's so powerful and motivating to me that every day has been lighting my fire. I'm like, I want more of that. I want more people to be like shouting me out on their pages, like on their own, telling me what a huge impact I've made on their lives. Like, that is just like, I've gotten a few messages this month that have literally like made me cry, and I am kind of a crybaby. I cry pretty easily, but still, it's just like, those make you feel so good. So that's a big part of it. And then the other part is I'm doing so many host posts, a minimum of 10 per day, I would say I'm getting up. And I'm sticking with the same host to post per day, like the same one every single day. And I used to do them all throughout the day, but this month, the last couple of weeks, I've shifted to doing them just between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. or like even a little after 8, but no sooner than 6 p.m. because I found that that's like the time where my market, like, that's where people are like settling down and they're on their phone and it's just catching their attention. And I don't know if that's just for me, you know, for my market, but I have a feeling that it's for everyone. Like, I feel like, especially right now, it's just, people are bored. I don't know. People are on social media. People are spending so much more time on social media. So I think now is really the time to step up the host to post game. So I do a minimum of 10 per day. And then if I don't get my 10 up one day, I make sure I make up for it the next day. And I've also found that by getting up my host to post, it's actually helping my algorithm. I swear by it. Because then I notice my other posts are getting more attention on them, like the more host to posts I get up. Hopefully that makes sense. So let me tell you the host to posts that I've been doing. Write this down because I swear by it. So I just say I have them do a colorful background. And have them do 2 pills daily for 90 days, 31 lbs loss on average. My friend Genevieve Willette needs 5 people who want to lose that by July. And so I have them do like the colorful background, and that's important. Make sure they do the colorful background, because if it doesn't have a colorful background, they are not going to get as much interaction, I swear. So I'll have them post that, and I'll wait a little while. If I don't get any hits on it, then I'm going to go back and put a before and after photo and kind of hype it up a little bit. but that's the only one I've been using this month. And then when I'm in a conversation with them, I'm honestly just keeping it, I'm just keeping it so simple and so genuine, because I found that when I present these potentials with too many options, because I know we get excited, we have so many amazing products, but when I offer them so many, I feel like it really overwhelms them, and then they don't know where to start, and then they're not, you know, it just kind of loses their interest. People don't, I feel like some people don't really like to read a lot, so I really keep it simple. I'll post my scripts. I don't know, Claire, where can I post them? Like,
if you want to just text them to me right now, like if you have a text, okay, just text them to me right now, and then I'll put them in the chat for everybody.
Okay.
But yeah, while you're doing that, I think we might have a couple questions just off of that. Like, so you type your scripts, you don't voice message?
I type.
You type, okay. And then, and yeah, Hope, she said that this is the only one she's using. So she's not using a bunch of different posts. She's using just this post.
So once they comment, I will, once they comment on the host to post, I'll immediately send them a friend request, and then I send them this message that I just sent you there. And then once they respond to me telling me that they want more information, then I literally just sent this.
Uno.
And then once they tell me that they're interested and they'd like to try it out, then before I get them like any further, I'm just like, oh, okay, also, like, are you a coffee drinker? And most of the times they end up saying they are, and then I upsell. So if you didn't see the text, I've mainly just give them the information about TFX. And then from there, I'll ask them if they drink coffee. If they drink coffee, then I give them the information about the coffee, and then I've just upsold it. So then, I mainly have my customers enroll themselves. I don't really ever get their information. Sometimes I do, but usually they just enroll themselves. I don't know why, that's just how I've always done it. And unless somebody asks me to do it for them, then I do it for them.
Do you mind sharing, number one, your coffee info, like just text, if you don't mind texting that to me.
Yeah.
But then the other question that I have is, so this happens to me. I don't know if this happens to anybody else that's on Zoom right now, but when I send people to my website, they like disappear into thin air. So that's why I tend to get their information. So how are you making sure that they actually follow through with going to your website and ordering?
So usually I make sure, like, so I'll be like, okay, are you ready to, like, they say they're interested, and I'll ask them, I'll say, okay, do you want to place the order now? They say yes, and then I'm like, okay, great, here's the information. I'll give them my website, and then I'll give them like 30 minutes, and if it's not already done, then I'll check back in and say, you know, did you have any issues with my website? I can text it to you if that's easier. And then usually I hear a response for them. If I don't, then I will send them my host to post message. I will send them my cold message for asking if they are willing to do a host to post for me. And then that always gets a response, because they want a chance to win free money. Like, very little people, you know, don't respond to that. So yeah, I follow up. If they don't respond, then I would just I may just check back in one more time and be like, hey, are you still interested in ordering the product? Or have you had any trouble with my website? Do you have any other questions I can answer for you? And then if they don't respond to that, then I would send another one asking if they were interested in doing the host to post.
I love that tip. Like, what a good idea to just ask them if they want to host a post for you as like a little like, hey, I'm still over here and I'll give you free money. Like,
yeah, I had to do that like a couple of times yesterday. So it's definitely effective. They're like, oh yeah, I'm actually on your website right now. And I'm like, okay, cool. Well, here's the post.
So someone asked, you're not sending them the shopping cart link. You're just sending them like your website. And do you have like a step one, step two, or like?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I will
Sorry,
send
I'm like bombarding you with questions.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine. So what was I going to say? I used to do the shopping cart link, but then I tried doing it one time, like in the beginning of the month, and it was all messed up, and I feel like it just confused the customer even more. So I haven't been doing it. Let me see. Sorry, I'm just getting my steps for you.
And yeah, Jacqueline, you're right. Like sometimes the shopping cart link doesn't work on Androids and stuff like that. So that can be a little worrisome for sure. So I love that clearly it's working for you. So there's like nothing we can say about that. It's obviously working for you.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not the best at multitasking lately. Okay, so I just sent you like my steps, and if there's another product added in there, then I would just add the other product in there for them. And so then the other like most important thing that I've been doing is as soon as that customer has ordered, I ask them immediately after if they'll host a post for me. This is the best way to tap into new markets, because usually like I've found that person from another host to post who I like probably have even touched their market yet. You know what I mean? So I immediately will ask my new customer if they'd be willing to put up a post for me.
We're leaving.
So that's been huge.
Yeah. Come on, we're leaving. I want to walk.
Here in a minute.
Trying to think, does anyone else have any other questions?
Leah, to do the website like that, it's literally just in your keyboard. Like if you just go to like the special characters on your iPhone, then you can there's like a dot that you can do.
Oh yeah, the black dots.
Yeah, the black dots.
And so sometimes people will be like, I can't get your website like to load. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I'll just be like, oh, Facebook is silly and it won't let me send my actual link to you, like as one that you can click on. If you want, I can send you a text, or you can just type that into your browser. Because sometimes people will try to click on it and that doesn't work.
I love that.
So I kind of like to jump the gun on that, because otherwise I don't want people to get like sketched out. So I'll just be like, oh, by the way.
Yeah. I had a question for you. This is like jumping back a little bit, but it's really just amazing to me that you have such a great relationship with your customers, especially at the rate that you're enrolling them. So one thing that I'm curious about is, how are you keeping in touch with all of those customers? Is it all individually? Do you have a system? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, pretty much individually. A goal of mine has always been to make my own like accountability group for my customers, but I just haven't gotten there yet. But I think that would be something that would benefit everybody long term, because I feel like some people, like when it comes to weight loss, they really just need, or anything really, like they really just need someone to cheer them on, and they just need someone to hold them accountable while they're doing this hard thing that is just hard, and they just don't know if they can do it on their own. So I think that would be super beneficial. But in the meantime, I'm just checking in with them really closely. Yeah.
How do you, sorry, I keep asking, I have so many questions for you.
It's good.
Okay. Oh, yay. Jamie just shared your cold message for host post. Someone had asked for that, but yay, Jamie.
Yeah. That's the one. That is the best one, because I've gone through so many different, so I'm queen of cold messaging. When I first started this business, I literally cold messaged everyone on my Facebook. Like I was, what did they say? Like ignorance on fire or something like that. Like I just did not care. And so that's funny, because Sharifa messaged me today and she was like, are you cold messaging again for LCs? And I was like, no, I'm not. So I stopped doing that. But when I first started, I used to do it a lot. But I do cold message for host to post like crazy. Like, I don't care. If you get offended that I'm offering you a free chance to win money, then I'm just going to delete you off my market because I can't relate to you. So that's fine. And that happens, and just move on. Like, don't take it personally because it's not about you. Like, every negative person you come across, like, this is what, it's just so important to remember that, like, every negative person that you come across, it's not about you. And you have to remember, and you have to think about the bigger picture. Think of all the lives that you are impacting. Think of your own life that you're changing. Think of your legacy that you're building, and just, ignore those haters because they don't matter and they don't pay your bills. Yeah. I pulled a message.
So good. Like,
crazy.
Oh my gosh. I love that. That is so good. That is so good. Okay. Once you have, let's say that you're talking to a bunch of people from a host to post and they're not ordering, how are you keeping track of them? Do you have how do you make sure that you how are you staying organized basically is what everybody wants to know.
Yeah. Okay. So I basically will write down their names, write down, like if they gave me a day. I have to admit, I'm really bad at staying organized. Yeah, I'm really bad at it. But I've been trying to do better, especially lately because I've been in so many conversations. But I'll write them down. I'll write down the day that they said that they wanted me to follow up with them, or I'll just write their name, and just a general follow up with them on this day. I usually will give them just at most 2 days before I check back in. Not if they already said they were going to order though. If they say that they're going to order, I'm going to hound them down until they do, or until they tell me that they don't want to order anymore. Because don't tell me you're going to do something and then not do it. So, or if you're going to tell me you're going to do something and then you change your mind, that's totally cool. But just be honest with me and tell me that you can't do it or you don't want to do it anymore. That's cool too. I'll be fine with that. So yeah, I write down their names, and I also, for some reason, Facebook does not send me my notifications all the time when I'm getting a, for host of us, I don't always see when everyone is commenting. So I'm going back and checking pretty religiously. I don't know if that's happening to everybody, but it definitely is happening to me a lot. So I do go back and check out those. And then, another big thing is the people who tell you, who you come across on a host to post and you give them the information, but they're not ready to order, I'll ask them to host to post too. Everybody needs to host to post. I know we say that all the time. Like I was telling Claire, I'm probably just going to say everything that everybody already knows. Host to post is so important, but it seriously is. And during this season, it's everything. I have probably enrolled 60 of those customers out of the 75 have been from host to post. The rest have probably been just from, I stay consistent with my posting. And so I guess they would be from that, or referrals. Yeah.
And you aren't asking your customers to post about their results. They're just doing that on their own.
They're just doing it. Yeah. Except for tonight, I did have one customer, she kind of did it on her own, but it was a really long post. So then I asked her if she would do another one, and kind of include her own results. And my phone is blowing up from it. So she did it. And that's another thing I was going to say is if you have customers that are having results, ask them to share their own testimony if they're willing to. I know not everybody wants to, but if they're willing to, I think that will be huge for your business. Because people really want to see and hear from real people. And then another part of it, big part of it, is it takes time in your market. It takes time for people to realize that you're a real person and you're sticking around and you're doing this for a reason. These products do work. They're changing lives. They're changing your life. And so, they have to stick around. And those people who do stick around will eventually come to you if you're consistent and keep posting.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so a few people are asking, like, do you do other products or are you just sticking to this one thing?
For my host to post,
Yep.
that's all I do. That's
Yep.
all I've been doing for months.
Yeah.
Since January, I think. I did like one where it was like, would you rather grow your hair out or lose 20 to 30 pounds? And that one was pretty good too. But for my own mind, I just have been doing that one because it seems to be working for my market and for me right now. So I'm not going to change it up yet. No.
I love that. What I love, you guys, if any of you were on the Zoom that we did with Ashley Wilkins, who also has signed a ton of customers from Host to Post, she only does Thermophyte X too. And I think there's success leaves clues. We know that there's a success clue for you. And it's not necessarily that Thermophyte X is a success clue. The success clue is do the same product and stick with it. You're going to get really good at talking about it. You're going to get really, really confident with it. And the thing with Thermophyte X that I love is it's a really buildable product. Like she said, she's offering coffee, she's upselling. So I love that. And then if they're going to her website, they're seeing the pop-up for Skinny Mocha. Like, so there's so many options there to like build with it and upsell with it, which I love. So do you do like, sorry, we have somebody that keeps so do you do like a giveaway post for the bulk of getting your host to post up, or is the bulk of it messaging people asking them to host a post for you?
So I do, it's a little bit of both. I feel like I'm getting a lot of the same people who comment on my posts for the host to post, you know what I mean? So I start, what I've been training my girls to do is start at the top of their friends list from A, go all the way down to Z, like don't stop until you're down to Z, and ask them to host a post for you. Obviously that's like, it's not gonna happen in a day for some people if you have a huge friends list. But yeah, so I do cold message a lot for that.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you one more question, and then I feel bad because I'm blowing you up. And then if you have anything else that you want to share, like please, we'll take anything. We're all just like, you're blowing our minds. I have a question. So with Thermophyte X, do you find that your customers, for the most part, wait, I have one more question too, because I really like this question that Jesse just asked. Okay, so number one, do you find that your customers with Thermophyte X are getting really good results, or do you, are there any tips that you give them to make sure that they're getting good results and that they're satisfied with Thermophyte X? And then the next question is just, do you ever get like blocked from messaging too many people? Like, do you have issues with Facebook blocking you?
Sorry. Okay. I have not gotten blocked yet for messaging. Don't know how. Maybe I need to step it up. And then the other question. Sorry, what was the first question?
Yeah.
No, you're fine. My question was just with Thermophyte X, are people really loving it? Are they getting great results? Do you have any tips that you give them on like being satisfied with it? Like getting
Yeah. So I will actually I will tell them that if they would like hold on a second, sorry. This one's a good one, so just hang on.
Why is he so cute? He's literally the cutest. I like couldn't love this more. I couldn't love it more that we're like seeing in action that like it doesn't matter if you have a little one all over you, you can still rock it. I love it so much.
I'm sorry. He literally is like on my lap.
No, I feel like this is like part of the training. Like part of the training is you showing us how you do this with Max. Like I love it. I'm so here for it.
Well, sorry, but thank you. So yeah, my tips for my customers. Max, you gotta stop with that then. So I will tell them that if they want to see, a lot of the times they'll ask like, what they need to do, if they need to exercise or need to follow the keto diet. And I'll tell them that like the keto, they don't need to follow keto to see the results, but if they want to have the maximum, the best results possible, that they do need to, be cautious of what they're eating a little, like they need to try their best to eat healthy. It doesn't mean they have to only eat salads, but it means that they need to not eat fast food every single day. It means that they need to keep up with their water. It means that they need to stay consistent with taking their supplement like daily, or it's not going to work. And I feel like when I'm real with them at first with that and I let them know, then, they're aware of it and they're going to do their best to keep doing, to do that. And they can't come back at me and be like, well, you didn't tell me, like, So I feel like that's been huge with them being successful, is letting them know ahead of time, you don't have to do a crazy, like any crazy exercise routine or any strict diet, but if you are able to focus on those, oh my gosh, then that's going to enhance your results,
Yeah, that's so good. I love it. I love it. Did you have anything final that you wanted to add or anything else you had on your notes?
I don't think so. I think that's really just everything. Just, focus on your goals, start from the beginning of the month, write down what you need, and, I'm about to not become. But yeah, and just remember that it's like, hold on.
You guys, we're all booking Genevieve for a mothering Zoom after this to teach us how to be such a calm, peaceful, loving mother. That's the next training. Yeah, parenting tips. We're here for that Zoom.
Okay, so you really just distracted me. I'm so sorry. But really, I have to just say that, like, focusing on this month for me, it's like, it's not about me. I'm ready. Like, I want to see my team's success. And I've been really focusing on, like, where it's taking me, where I'm moving so many of my customers under my growth, because I'm right. And I know that I need to believe in them, but also believing, it helps them believe in themselves too. And I love that. Like, I just, that's like my love language. Like, I love loving on other people. Is that a thing? Like, I don't know. So that, just believing in yourself, believing in your customers, believing in your team, just know that you're worthy, know that you can do this, and just put in the work and stay consistent, and you're gonna be rewarded.
Absolutely. I love it so much.
And maybe get a bell. Maybe a bell. I don't know. It's like,
maybe it's the bell noise all day long.
Yeah,
that's like
maybe.
You should have him ring it every time you get a customer. Oh, I love it so much. I love it so much.
Oh, I like that. Ding, time to get a host to post out. That's really good.
There you go. Her fingers would be flying.
Oh my God.
Oh, I love it so much.
Thank you for being so patient with me.
No, seriously.
And I hope this was helpful.
Honestly, seeing you with Max was helpful. This was all helpful. Like, there are so many moms on here, like, lighting up the chat that are just like, she's still killing it. And I think it just helps all of us realize, like, that's not even an excuse. Like, we've got kids running all over, and that's not even an excuse. I just love it. Thank you so much. Like, you gave us so much tonight. Thank you for being so generous with your wording, with your tips. Like, we just took quite a bit of time from your, like, time that you do your host posts and everything. And so thank you so much. We just appreciate you. And thanks everybody for getting on. And I'm ready to go sign 75 customers.
You can do it.
Yay. I'm going to. Oh my gosh. I love you so much. All right. Bye, guys.
Say bye.
Bye.
Bye, Matt.
Hiya.